Yeah, yeah. So shout out to everyone tuned in. I just took you down a little trip down memory lane, past, present, and future. I played some new records that just came out, about to come out, on the way to coming out, and we got some. So let's get right to it. This guy right here hasn't stopped. He's been creating for a while. And you know, like producers, they don't always put their face out. You know, they're here supporting others. They're crafting the sound for artists. You know, they're curating an experience for the listeners. And this guy right here is just no stranger to checking things off his bucket list, helping others, creating a soundscape for the 303. So I just want to welcome Saint Thrillah, TYPE88 Radio. What up, man?
Thank you. Happy to be here. I've been here before. Love Maker Park. Shout out Maker Park.
Good to have you here, my brother.
Thank you.
So, you know, for anyone who doesn't know, maybe you could kind of break down what the 303 is.
The 303 is the Mariners Harbor section of Staten Island. The 303 is the Mariners Harbor section of Staten Island. You know, the neighborhood I'm from. So my brother Bam and I kind of just like took that and kind of made it our thing, you know, because that's what we feel like represents us and what we represent, you know, and yeah.
That's real. 303, beautiful place. There's such an eclectic mix of culture and food and people.
That's a fact.
And so anyone, just say they pull up to the 303, what spot would you tell them to grab some food?
That's tough for me because, like, I don't be eating out that much. I'm not a foodie. Mm-hmm. I'm very easy to please with food.
Yeah.
But I love pizza.
Okay.
So
go-to pizza spot, 303.
Mama Rosario's, for sure.
Yep.
Where else would I order from? Gino's back in the day is not around anymore. That was my spot.
Oh, you could eat pasta?
Yeah, man. Calling over for dinner.
Bro, remember Funko-Land?
No, sir.
The video game, it was the first spot before GameStop. They used to have like, it looked like a newspaper and it had ABC of all like the used video games. This was way ahead of GameStop. And
wow.
It was on the corner where that Metro PCS is. Across from where the Dairy Queen used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be right there. So I probably was like 9 or 10 going there getting used games.
Wow.
$10, $12.
When I moved to Staten Island, that was a Country Donuts.
Gotcha. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. That was back in 99.
Oh, snap. Okay. Yeah. So the Funko-Land was even before that then, because I was like 9 or 10.
Right.
So that was like 93, 94.
Okay.
That's crazy, man. So cool. Yeah. So 303. So you and your brother have been doing your thing together for a while. What came first, the beats or the rhymes, right? Because, you know, that just get into the game, like there's usually someone that kind of pushes you or gets you sparked. So
yeah.
How did that kind of get rocking?
I mean, so I started making beats when I was like 17 years old. And I started like messing around with the program. And then once I kind of figured out how to make songs, a friend of mine had given me a USB microphone. And the second I figured out how to record, the first person, I was like, bam. Like I was 17. He was a lot younger. He's probably like 11 or something like that. I was like, yo, you want to record? So we built each other, you know, like.
That's awesome.
The chicken came before the egg, but very slightly. I guess if you want to put it like in those terms, you know. So, you know, I started making beats and being able to record first, and then I was like, okay, I need an artist. I need a test subject
Yeah.
And Bam's been rapping since he was a little kid. He's actually here right now. He should pop in when he gets a chance.
Yeah, shout out to Bam.
Shout out to 303 Bam.
The boy is consistent. 303 Baby, he's just been fresh off In All Honesty album. You know, it's almost going on the 1 year anniversary.
That's a fact. Yeah.
And this guy just every year. So I'm ready for what's next from you guys, because In All Honesty was a moment.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a moment.
So you guys did some pretty amazing stuff on In All Honesty.
I'm a little delayed.
Yeah. 303 Bam, yo. Shout out to 303 Bam.
We got the homie right here.
Check out Blip.
Yeah. So we're going to get right into that as well. So, you know, just to kind of circle back with In All Honesty,
yeah,
you guys had some really special moments on that. You had some big hitters on there.
Yeah.
Maybe we could kind of break that down. Maybe talk about a couple of the joints you produced on it.
Yeah. It's tough, you know, In All Honesty was a lot of production was me and Bam, but we had some other producers in there. Some of the bros like J Boogs and King M. So it was still a very much a group project.
Of course.
But that was, I don't know, man. We were making songs for like a long time. We were putting stuff together, and we were able to pick out like the best stuff that we felt like would represent, you know, the project and so on and so forth. It was a good time. Yeah.
You got a heavy feature on that. Bam had a heavy feature on that album.
Yes.
Maybe break that down for us.
Yeah. Too Much Love. We had Hypno Carlito from Chicago of OTF fame. That was really dope. We had another song. This is our second song doing with him. You know, we had built a relationship in the past, working with him. He's a really supportive dude. He actually just came out with a movie, his first independent film called Primary Position. It's a crazy film about, like, you know, the youth in Chicago and going through the military industrial complex and then being spit out back into the system. Really, really nuts. So that was a good time. I got to produce that record. Me and Bam sat down, like, put that together. Like, you know, a lot of my music, like, people don't know this, a lot of my music is like co-produced by 303 Bam. Like, you get a beat for me, there's a good chance 303 Bam might have, you know, ghost produced on that, because like, you know, when we make beats together, like, we sit down and we pick out sounds, we pick out drums, you know, he picks out drums individually, you know, we figure out melodies or refine melodies that we loop, and, you know, we take time to find the right sounds and get the right vibe, you know. So me and him, we really worked hard on that one. It was a good one, and, you know, it was a real heartfelt song too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, it was a good experience for sure.
That's real. Let's just get into that one real quick off the album. In All Honesty.
Yes, sir.
Got you. So let's get right to it. Too Much Love, 303 Bam, Hypno Carlito. Let's do it.
Showed them too much love, that shit be leaking from my pores. It's my job to be a man, I gotta be there for my boys. Put my life up on the line, too many times for all that joy. Last night I hit a pretty petite bitch, she look like Coy. Tryna make up for my old ways, my old days, my old face. I ain't let them do me no way, fell back, I was okay. Tryna dodge that court case, tryna make sure court straight. Every time I show more love, they be tryna show more hate. Band with me, got blick with me, blame something, nigga get with me. Nigga can't do shit with me, from the Chirac to the big city. OTF, we the bang bros, niggas rich, used to wear the same clothes. Always fucking for the gang though, I don't give them no bankroll. I can't trust no nigga coming around, but he ain't prove himself. They remember that feeling, counting that milli, I ain't know who to tell. I still hit homie bitch, I ain't gon' snitch, but she cool as hell. Gave a real nigga top and she told me thank you, I told her you as well.
Whole world trying to keep me down, but I'ma take a stand. Who gon' pay the rent a couple days to make a couple bands? Industry been cold, it got me stressed, this wasn't in my plans. I got love for hip, he was the first one to give me a chance. Gotta give him credit, in my eyes, he a forever legend. Just to hit the top, we in the trenches, taking different measures. Had to cut some people off for good, can't say I never meant to. I ain't even want no more attention, I'm still in the center. Hate to go deal with the fake, when can I get to the real? I know everyone can't come with me on this road to a meal. I'm never selling my soul, I gotta tell them for real. They probably think that I'm crazy, I walked away on a deal. I'm tryna separate myself from everybody else. I watch my brothers take a L, yeah, I don't know how that felt. Since when these drinks is what I turn to for my mental health. I closed the bathroom door and teared, I did it to myself.
Too much love, that shit be leaking from my pores. It's my job to be a man, I gotta be there for my boys. Put my life up on the line, too many times for all that joy. Last night I hit a pretty petite bitch, she look like Coy. Tryna make up for my old ways, my old days, my old face. I ain't let them do me no way. Fell back, I was okay. Tryna dodge that court case, tryna make sure court straight. Every time I show more love, they be tryna show more hate.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we go, man.
Yeah. That was a fun one. Hypno Carlitos, he's an amazing songwriter. But he puts together words and like with a concept and still, I don't know. He's a great storyteller, man. Shout out to him. Big fan.
Yeah, that was fire. So it's just dope to just see, what's going on right now with both you guys. And it's dope to hear the brotherhood, So let's get into maybe one more joint off the album, in all honesty. Which one you want to give them?
You know what? That's a tough one. Actually, what is it? Oh my god, I'm terrible at remembering names of my own songs. I might be thinking of a freaking different project. Nope. Got one. So yes.
Let's get right to it. Got one, 303 BAM, and then we'll break it down.
I love you, Mommy.
J-Bugs on the
It's a war zone, they be acting scary in the shit. Major leagues, yeah, on my Barry Bonds I got a hit. What you mean, yeah, like we ain't bring no money in this bitch. What you mean, yeah, like we ain't chase a bag and make it flip. They be sneak dissing, I ain't stopping nothing, got no limits, I'ma keep living. Only get like 3 hours a day, I know I sleep different. And I got the right ones on my team, there ain't a piece missing. Watch me get my name up overseas, you let me drop some. I see all these niggas getting mad cause I got one. Highly educated, I told Shorty come and top some. I got all these numbers in my phone, I'm tryna block some. And I got some hits I ain't released, they couldn't drop some. I see all these niggas getting mad cause I got one. Highly educated, I told Shorty come and top some. I got all these numbers in my phone, I'm tryna block some. And I got some hits I ain't released, they couldn't stop one. Told me step it up, I did. For a month was off the grid. I got back, they thought I quit. Lot of rappers sounding mid. On the song they know I slid. Bring it home, I'm like I did. I got love for where I live. Had that hunger since a kid. I ain't taking no days off, I put that work in on my shift. I call AJ my little brother, he was loyal off the rip. Throwing threes up to the sky, they got me banging on my shit. And I wasn't finna talk, but now they got me on my shit. Switching up, look at what they went and did to Kid, that's why we never trust. You ain't put no grabber in no blunt, that shit'll never punch. I just gotta text some nigga bitch like it's forever us. Brody said he tryna come up fast, said I could drop some. I see all these niggas getting mad cause I got one. Highly educated, I told Shorty come and top some. I got all these numbers in my phone, I'm tryna block some. And I got some hits I ain't released, they couldn't drop some. I see all these niggas getting mad cause I got one. Highly educated, I told Shorty come and top some. I got all these numbers in my phone, I'm tryna block some. And I got some hits I ain't released, they couldn't stop one.
So I think you got one right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, that one wasn't produced by me, actually. That was produced by the bro J Bugs.
Shout out to J Boogie.
It's one of my, I don't know, it was one of my favorite songs off the project. The beat is so unconventional. It's got a very, like, interesting bounce, super hard. It's one of my favorite ones. Like, honestly, some of my favorite songs on most 303 Band projects are songs I haven't produced because I was there from the inside. I'm like, I know what went into it.
Yeah.
I know the kind of ideas I have. I do a lot of the same ideas over and over and develop them over time and whatnot. But hearing stuff that's produced from other producers is so interesting because it's like I would not have done that. And I want to know what are the things that I would not have done that would have still worked.
Yeah. And
that in these cases worked amazingly, So, yeah.
That's real, man. So maybe you could kind of share a little bit of a scope into the creative process with us. What do you even use to create?
So when it comes to making beats, I use Ableton Live. I have a controller. I use Ableton Push also. Ableton, I've been using that program since like 2011. Dope program. And there's a lot of capabilities, in any digital space. You're on a computer. You have so much access to information these days. You can just like get a sample from anywhere off YouTube. So that's usually where I start. Trying to I'll start with a melodic idea. A lot of times I'll use loops. Sometimes I'll use like a MIDI file for inspiration or something like that. Sometimes I'll sample an actual song, just get me started with the melodic side. And then from there, I just start adding drums to stuff, feel a groove out, bang a groove out on the pads, and then, see what we got.
That's real. So, because you don't just do one thing, of course, you also engineer.
Yeah.
You really got your hand in the whole pot until it's served.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
To the family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're just like, it's definitely a real hands-on experience, from top to bottom. Literally, you're writing the records, you're co-writing, you're co-producing, and then you're breaking the sounds down and fixing it and making it perfect.
Yeah. It's a real hands-on process. But again, it's still collaborative. You know, there tend to be a lot of different hands. A lot of cooks in the kitchen. Not too many cooks. The right amount of cooks, and we serve it up.
That's real.
2 engineers we work with a lot are PD Pesto and Ray Scavo. Awesome recording and mix engineers. Man, they make our records hit. They make our records hit, and I know I can trust them with my beats. It's I know, okay, it's going on so and so and so and so. Yeah, okay, these are gonna bang.
That's real.
Yeah.
I see it a lot where people try to wear a lot of hats, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then sometimes it could affect one of the hats.
Oh, yeah.
So I like that you're we have multiple cooks in the kitchen, right? Because everyone has their gift, everyone has their skill, everyone has their calling. And we all bring something different to the table, even though we may have a similar profession or similar
for sure
goal to become a full-time or doing it this full-time way.
Yeah.
But I think that's a beautiful thing to have multiple cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the communication, making everyone knowing their role, everyone figuring out what to do.
For sure.
So that's real. Shout out to the whole squad.
Yes.
And, everyone that plays their role, because I know, the MC, we see the MC right on the cover of the yard, and they move the crowd like no other. Such an essential piece. But there's so many essential pieces to every piece of art, especially in music.
Yeah.
And then you got the artwork, you got the mixer, the master.
Yeah.
The videos.
It takes a village. It really takes a village, when it comes to producing a piece of art, like music, so many people need to get involved, And I mean, of course, there are artists who do everything from top to bottom by themselves, and that's sick. That's nuts. There's times when that's appropriate, times when that's a good time. There's stuff that I do from beginning to end. Back in the day, that's how it used to be. It was just me and Bam. It was like, all right, we'll make the beat, record the song, mix it, master it, release it, shoot the video, edit the video, back in the day. And it was great to get to the point where we could trust ourselves and other people to, fill those roles. Like sometimes we are able to wear multiple hats, but like sometimes you only need to wear one because your other bro can wear the other hat, take the stress off, make it a little easier. Good time. Back in those days, like when me and Bam were first making music, bro, I'd be stressed, bro, trying to like post music up. Like they want it released the night before. He's like, yo, let's get this out like tomorrow. And I'm like, bro, I got to mix 10 of these songs right now. Like pulling all-nighters. Good times.
That's real. Yeah, and we learn along the way, and we just, like I've learned along the way what I shined in, and I learned what I was better at, maybe passing the pot and being like, hey, could you cook this?
Yeah.
Could you do this for us? Because
Yeah.
I know what I want, but I can't get it there without your gift.
Yep.
Then it's just been a blessing to put money in people's pockets, opportunities, and just seeing the growth. And that's real, it really does take a village. So, here you are, always putting on for others, constantly, making soundscapes. Of course, the 303 and so many other artists. What other artists have you been working with, or have you worked with maybe in the last year?
Let's see, in the last
some highlights.
Year, honestly, in the last year, when it comes to artists, it's just been Bam.
Yeah.
There've been like a couple records I've mixed for some artists. That's like freelance work kind of things. It's just been Bam.
Nice.
But I'm open and available to working with a lot of artists. I mean, there have been times it's like you go in the studio, you get some things going with other artists, and things just don't materialize or come out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. For me to really want to work with an artist like and be like their producer, I gotta really like mess with their stuff. They gotta be good, like I don't, not to sound pretentious, like, oh, you don't be whack, but like there have been many times where people approach me like, yo, can we do this, can we do that, and it's just like, it's not really, I can't put my all into it because I don't believe it, I don't feel it,
Yeah.
I don't see it or hear it, rather. I don't hear 100% of like, what I think is going to make a good product or project and stuff like that.
Got you.
Yeah.
Who were some of your like godfathers of production? You grew up and you just were like, whoa, like these guys are insane, or these ladies are insane. Like who are some of your godfathers, godmothers of the production game that you grew up and it really inspired you?
Do you mean like on a local level, or
it could be whatever?
Right?
Yeah. You just grew up and you saw them doing their thing, and it just sparked
for sure.
you.
For one, artists like Fluky and Tyrone Briggs. When I first started making beats, I was like, I want to make beats for them. They had a buzz going on the island. They were putting songs out. They had a mixtape out.
The Pack, right?
Yeah, the Pack, bro. They were killing it. R.I.P. David Stanyo, aka King Bays. He showed me a lot of stuff with recording and making beats, like back in the day, helping me get my like home studio set up and stuff like that. It was unfortunate. I was never able to get too many mentors. So I was like forced to learn like a lot of things on my own and figure out a lot of things.
Yeah.
Which is like good and bad, I mean, it was like it made me who I am, but like I didn't have a lot of people to teach me a lot of things. But of course there are lots of musicians too. I've worked with like local musicians who, you know, I'm still inspired by the local musicians that I have worked with, or, you know, so on and so forth.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure.
What about maybe people out of your network? People you grew up, you know, I know tons of people love Dre and
Yeah.
Max Martin and Scott Storch and all these guys.
Yeah.
Were there any
Yeah.
like
Definitely.
commercial?
Yeah, definitely. Like Just Blaze is one of my favorite producers.
It's crazy.
I learned like how to sample through like figuring out his music and analyzing his music.
Bro, he's just a whole different beast.
Yeah. And then like when of course there's like 808 Mafia as a whole, the production group. And then when like Chicago Drill came out, that really like changed a lot for me. So that was like Young Chop and Paris Bueller. Like that really changed a lot of like how I made beats. I was like, yo, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I also take influence from like outside genres as well.
Yeah.
You know, like some producers that I was really into. Like I was really into dubstep. So like I was really into Rusko, Mala, Koki, Benga, these dudes from like, you know, overseas who were making like, you know, some like this dubby kind of dance stuff. Yeah.
Sick, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember those early tracks by Fluky and Briggs.
Yeah.
It's just great to see them when they share the stage. They rocked a few weeks ago down the block. Stapleton Waterfront. Fluky came out.
Huge show.
During the Tyrone set.
Huge
that was
show.
special.
Yeah. Did Raekwon perform?
That was the night Raekwon performed. They closed out.
That's crazy.
That was a great night. Happy 50th hip hop.
Happy 50th.
That's real. You talked about artists that, you know, you're working with, people you grew up that inspired you. Maybe we could talk about maybe some dream collabs. Who are some peeps that you would love to work with?
I mean,
see yourself collabing with.
I've got a few that are pretty like basic, normal, commercial. You know, like some of the big artists, like of course, like Drake, Future, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, 21 Savage, Nardo Wick. You know, like all those guys.
Yeah.
But I'd really love to. There's some producers I'd really love to work with, like, you know, Southside. Who's another? I mean, like Metro, Wheezy, FKI First, super dope. A lot of that early Post Malone stuff he did, like, super sick stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so many. Honestly, it's like I want to work with everybody, you know. There are even artists that I fuck with as producers that like FKA Twigs.
She's
and
crazy.
J. Cole. Like J. Cole making beats, it's like sick, you know.
Sick. She's great too.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, there's just so much amazing talent out there. And I see it happen often, right? Like there's nothing like being there for someone else, you know, being like part of their journey and like running to the finish line with them, helping them get to the finish line. But sometimes I see it, sometimes people forget to feed their own fuel and feed their own car, right? And like they get caught up and they're like, oh damn, I haven't really done anything for myself.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with constantly making the world a better place by sharing your gifts with everyone. But then, you know, here we are, 2023. Somehow you managed to find time to drop the new project, Blip. So maybe we could talk about that, because I didn't even know you had time to do all this. And here we are, Blip right here, boom. And we're here. Blip's here.
I don't have the time. I didn't have the time. But, you know, we find ways to make it work.
Yep.
I have a problem. I try to wear... I don't want to say I try to wear too many hats, but I do try to do too many things, you know, that take my focus away from a lot of things I want to do. But it's all in fun, and it's all in pleasure. You know, all these creative things are fun for me. But yes, I put out, you know, Blip, a little 9-song long play, call it an LP if you want to say, you know, a little instrumental project. It was fun, you know. A lot of these beats, actually, none of these beats are brand new. I'm going to keep it a rack. all of these beats are at least 2 years old. At least. I was, I had been wanting to put an instrumental project out for a while, and I'd done it in the past. I got a few out, and it had just been so long, and I was like, going through my catalog of music, and I had like huge stockpile of some music that wasn't being used by anyone, and that I was like, I need to do something with this. And I was able to, pick out some stuff, curate some vibes that were really reflective of the time that I was having, not the time I was having, the time I was going through at that time,
That's real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's get into one of these records right now. Which one you want to give them?
Honestly, I want to play my favorite one. Can we play Blaming Me?
Let's do it.
This one.
Let's get right to it. Blaming Me off the new project Blip by Saint Thrilla. That's fire, man.
Thank you.
So Blaming Me off the new project Blip. So you dropped the album on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people drop albums on Friday.
Yeah.
But I remember growing up and the albums would drop on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
So maybe we could, was there any like method behind that madness?
Honestly, absolutely not.
Cool.
I'm gonna keep it a rack. I chose that day. It's just like the way my work schedule was. I was like, I'm off that day. I have a newsletter. I send out like beats every 2 weeks. So I was like, this is just, I'm gonna do it on Tuesday where I'm already like active on socials. hitting people up, stress free.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do drop on Fridays,
Yeah.
because of the music industry counting numbers and sales, and that ain't got nothing to do with me at all.
Real talk.
I don't want to be dropping on a day where everyone else is dropping, and
Love it.
take the attention away. I'm like, yo, nice little, easy Tuesday, not doing anything.
Here we go.
A little 26 minutes for for your car ride.
I love it, man, and I love the cover, the rear view mirror with the sunset or the sunrise.
Yeah.
That's real.
Thank you. Yeah. My girl Zoe, a lot of people know her in the art scene. She is an amazing artist. She helped me a lot with it. The picture is an actual picture like I took one day, and she helped me workshop it. She helped me put it together. So yeah, shout out to her, man.
Yeah, shout out to Zoe. And that's just real. I love the colorways and the moody vibes. But it makes you think too, and it's like, where are we going? Or are we looking back? You're driving forward, or are you parked? Like, it got me asking a bunch of questions.
Wow, yeah. There's and that's kind of like that's like kind of part of the theme of the album. It's like looking back, the tiny details when you look back, all these things that look big, and then as you pass them, they become smaller and smaller. And that's kind of like the title, Blip. I started putting this together at a time I was like at a really difficult time in my life, and a coworker of mine, shout out to Don, I love you, Don. She was like giving me, just some words of comfort, and she said, soon this will just be a blip in your story. And I was like, wow. And so like during that difficult time, one of the things I would try to like tell myself when I was like sad or in a dark place was like, it's all right. This isn't the whole world. I will pass this, and as the further I move past this, the smaller this area, this stage, this feeling gets.
Wow.
And becomes a blip.
That's real, man. Let's get into another record off the project.
For sure.
Which one you want to serve us?
Let's do Charlie. No, I'm lying. Let's actually do the next song that plays, You and I.
Let's do it. All right, we'll get right to it. You and I, off the project Blip by Saint Thrillah.
Yeah.
That's You and I off Blip by Saint Thrilla.
Thank you.
So You and I, I feel like there's something to that because the spelling, the capitals, I'm interested in it.
It was, I don't know, like, so I had putting this thing together and there was a sample where, they're singing You and I, and I didn't want to name it You and I. So I was like, you and I. And I was like, I don't know. And then I realized I was like, for years in my archives, or the year or two it's been since I made that. That one's definitely, I made that one definitely a minute ago. It was just like uni. And I'm like, if I put this out this way, people are going to think it's uni. So I was like, I have to stylize this. And I was like, this is cute.
That's real, man. Now you got a vibe going with this, and I highly encourage everyone to just pick it up. It's on all DSPs.
Sure is, yeah. Easy listening, Blip. Any DSP that you have, it is most likely on.
Digital streaming platform, make sure to go check Blip. And this guy got plenty of other joints. So you got a lot going on, man. I'm excited. What a year it's been.
For sure. Yeah.
And, we got something cooking in the works. I can't wait to share that with the world.
Yeah.
We've been cooking up that for a while.
Yeah.
The world's going to see it soon.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be sick.
I'm just excited for you, man. What do you what are some of like your new dreams? You just constantly just keep producing dreams and sharing them out with the world. But what are some, maybe what's one that maybe you got you got on your your vision board?
I'm really trying to perform. I'm really trying to perform more. It's crazy. So I found this event where people go and producers go and play beats, and it's free.
Mm-hmm.
At a free arcade. It's called Donut Lounge.
Yep. I've heard of it. I've seen many events.
It's sick. It takes place at the Wonderville, which is an arcade and bar. The arcade is free. They give out free donuts. There's free sparkling water. The drinks are cheap. It is like there's an outdoor spot to chill. It's such a chill vibe. Producers, we're chill. And producers just go up there and play beats. And there are artists who perform. And I actually discovered this because of you.
Real.
Because of you.
A few of my boys performed there.
Yeah. You put me onto one of your boys. Shout out Yumi. And I went to his page and I was like, yo, this performance is sick. And you had told me. You were like, yo, there's a sick lo-fi scene out there. There's a sick beat scene out there. And I've been going. I've gone to like the last, 4 or 5. It's like once a month. I've gone to the last like 4 or 5.
I got to go to the next one.
Yeah, there isn't one this month.
Okay.
There should be one next month, and I'm definitely going to try to be there. But yeah, and there are tons of other places too where a lot of people are performing.
Yeah.
And that's my next thing that I want to that's my next dream that I want to accomplish.
That's real, man. I see it. We've had you at a bunch of events that we've had.
Yeah,
literally the last 2 events I've had you were part of.
Another way you've been the cause of this is like literally,
That's real.
Putting me on your shows to play. You're like, yo, play my birthday party. I was like, what?
That was a special night. I'm actually wearing the hoodie, right? The sweatshirt.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
From that.
Peace, love, and mixtapes.
That was a great night. I see it, man. I see you doing these parties. It starts with that goal. It starts with that dream, and then it's like the work. Then it's the work in between, right?
Yeah.
So here we are. Can't wait to see what you do on the next one, because you did your thing at Dream Camp. You did your thing at Peace, Love, and Mixtapes.
Yeah. Whatever venue I end up playing next, it'll be a movie. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be fun.
So that's real, man. So Blip is everywhere. So, man, once again, make sure to get it. Make sure to support my guy. Make sure to check out 303 Records, 303 BAM. Shout out to the whole team over there doing their thing. And, bro, like, the future's looking mighty bright for you.
Trying, man. Trying. Just trying to work on stuff, plant seeds, and show love, spread love.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
That's real, man. So where could people catch you, catch the music, all the social medias and everything?
Yeah, I mean, Saint Thrillah. The Thrillah is an AH. That's easy to figure out. You type in Saint on Instagram, probably going to pop up. And I'm the same on TikTok and on Twitter. I'm going to call it Twitter because I'm not going to call it X. Because I'm the same on X. I'm the same on Threads. Same on all streaming platforms. SaintThrillah. Saint Thrillah. You Google it, you'll find me. Drum.io/Saint Thrillah. You will find the links to all of the above, including my podcast, National Meat Treasure, because I'm a podcaster too.
That's right.
Again, doing too many things. You know? So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Yeah, make sure to connect with my dude. So that leads me to this. What is some advice that you would share with someone with a dream?
Some advice I'd share with someone with a dream would be, you know, it's cliche, but like, don't stop chasing it. And I guess the advice would be like, you know, the hard times, the times where it feels useless, the times where it feels hopeless, will pass, you know?
Yeah.
They will pass. You keep going. You fight through. I heard a saying one time: when you're going through hell, keep going. Yeah, you know, like just. But I mean, also, of course, reach out for support. You know, to your people. Find the people that support you, and you know, go where the love is. Lean into the love. Yeah, that I think is the thing that I'd really say from the heart, like, you know, keep going and go towards the love.
I love it, man. Thank you so much. Once again, make sure to check out Blip.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Saint Thrillah.
Thank you, Dave.
And, you know, we got something special. We've been cooking it up for a few months. We can't wait to put it out there for the world.
Oh, yeah.
And really show love, you know, as my guy was saying, just spreading love. So let's get into another joint off the album, and we're gonna ride out to the sunset. So let's get to it.
Yeah.
We ride.